This video will show you how to set up and use the Zoom H6 audio recorder from the LSBU Kitroom. To power on the Zoom H6, you'll need to insert 4 AA batteries into the back of the recorder. When you insert the last battery, ensure that a bit of the release thread is hanging out of the Zoom. This then means when you go to change batteries, you'll easily be able to remove the ones that need replacing. You can also use a 5-volt USB cable connected to an external power source if you plan on using the Zoom for a while. Always ensure that the SD card is in the Zoom before you power the recorder on. To power on the Zoom, hold down the power switch until you see the LCD screen turn on. The H6 will then ask you to fill in some settings. Select English as your language, and then it is always best practice to fill in the date and time. Press record when you are finished. Once done, you'll then see the main display for the Zoom H6. The Zoom H6 can record up to 6 channels of audio. You can record using a stereo channel marked left and right. This records a stereo signal from the Zoom attachment, which is attached to the top of the recorder. This attachment also comes with a Windjammer, which fits onto the mic, and you'll be able to control the levels with the dial on the mic. Simply line up the pins of the mic on top of the recorder and it will attach. The Zoom also has 4 separate inputs, which take an XLR or mic jack input. Insert the XLR into the input until you feel the XLR lock into place. To open the internal menu, press the menu button on the right hand side of the recorder. You can then navigate through the menu using the toggle control next to the menu button. Push up or down on the toggle to move around the menu. Click in to move into a sub-menu, or select an option you wish to change. To go back on a page when in a sub-menu, click the menu button. Keep clicking the menu button to go back to the main screen. Before recording sound, you need to make sure you are in the correct recording format. In the recording format sub-menu, you'll see a bunch of WAV and MP3 options. We recommend using WAV. Your sample rate should then be 48 kHz. You'll then be able to choose to record either 16 or 24-bit audio. For high dynamic scenes, your bit depth should be 24 bits. If you are using a microphone such as the Rode NTG3 or 4, you will need to supply it with phantom power. To do this, open the menu and then navigate to the Inputs and Outputs sub-menu. Scroll down to Phantom, in which you can switch on phantom power to the input your mic is plugged into. On voltage, you'll need to select plus 48V. Once you've done this and gone back into the menu, you'll then see the levels of your input start to display. If you don't see this, press the button on the row of different tracks of the input your mic has been plugged into, and you'll then see that your track has been armed and your mic is outputting audio. Ensure your mic is pointed at your subject when you are trying to find the correct levels to record into. You want the levels to be hitting -12 in order to secure the best audio. You can adjust the levels by turning the dials correlating to your inputs. And there is an optional 20 dB gain pad for each XLR input, which you can use according to the sound quality of the location you're in. To start recording your audio, press the record button located just above the LCD screen. You'll then see a red LED light turn on when the H6 is recording, and on the LCD screen you'll see the time code start to run, which will also display in red. You can either press the record button again to stop recording, or the stop button. To play back your audio, press the play button on top of the LCD screen, which will then play your most recent file. Pressing play again will pause that file. You can press the backward and forward buttons on the Zoom recorder in order to go to the previous track or to skip to the next track. To monitor your recording, use the 3.5mm headphone jack on the front right of the H6. The volume control is located just below this. When you're finished using the Zoom H6, you'll need to wipe the SD card and reset the recorder to factory settings before returning it to the Kitroom. To wipe the SD card, navigate to the SD card menu and then choose Format. To factory reset the H6, open the System submenu and scroll to the Factory Reset option. Once you've done this, switch off the Zoom by holding down the power switch. For any inquiries, please contact us via email, kitroom@lsbu.ac.uk.